On October 1st, 2019, I raced to the ER after getting a call from my husband. As I opened the door, I remember scanning the room, searching for him. When I found him slumped over in a wheelchair, looking like he'd aged 50 years. He was just 37 years old, but it looked like an 80-year-old man there in this wheelchair, and I knew instantly in my heart that he was suffering a stroke. The stroke was affecting his vision, and for months afterwards, he could not see clearly. It affected his ability to drive, to work, and to do so many things. At the time in the hospital, we were given a piece of paper that said, from now on, we need to follow a heart-healthy diet. And that's it. I was left to my own devices to figure out what a heart-healthy diet was and how I could actually apply it in my life. What was I supposed to eat for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner? Good thing that there are some amazing books out there that helped me in my process. I first started by reading the book, How Not to Die, which was amazing. It's like the Bible for eating plant-based. And then someone suggested that I read the book, Eat to Live. What I loved about the book, Eat to Live, is it talks about really focusing on those nutrients that will heal your body, which is what we were looking for. And it gave me a meal plan. For breakfast, you're supposed to have smoothies. For lunch, a big salad. For dinner, just a typical plant-based meal. And then for dessert, it was usually a sweet treat based on dates. I tell you, eating a big salad like this every day does wonders for you. It gives you so much nutrition, and it helped my husband heal, which again was more important than the weight loss. So if you're also here because you're looking to heal from a traumatic event or just prevent one, or maybe you want to lose some weight, I want to show you step for step what worked for us when we started transitioning to eating plant-based. Every morning we made a smoothie. Dr. Furman is huge on getting as many leafy greens in your body as possible, so that calls for a smoothie in the morning. Let me show you my husband's favorite recipe. You'll first start by adding 3 cups chopped kale, but my husband actually doesn't love kale, so we did spinach instead. Then a half of a banana. Usually we would freeze the banana. And 1 cup frozen blueberries and strawberries, either or both. 1/4 of a cup of pomegranate juice. This is what my husband loved about this. He felt like this was key to making the smoothie taste so good. You'll add a half of cup of your favorite plant-based milk. This is soy milk. Then we'll finish it off with 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. Time to blend. It is not the most beautiful smoothie, but it is full of nutrition. Bottoms up. It's pretty tasty, even though it's not pretty. This would fill you up all morning. Now in Eat to Live, Dr. Furman talks about the importance of having a salad every day. Along with the smoothie in the morning, you should have a big salad for lunch. Just keep all the ingredients in your fridge ready to go and throw it together to make it simple. It required a little bit of meal prep, but it was worth it. I would prep at the beginning of the week and have all the ingredients, and so it was really easy to put a very delicious salad together every day. Then what I would do is add the chopped lettuce to a bag. Lettuce is done. I also am going to add some kale, so I'll first de-stem the kale. And I'll also chop up some red or purple cabbage. Ready, set, chop. I'll add these to a baggie together so that I have my veggie bag. Getting all the chopping done beforehand will save you a ton of time throughout the week so that things are just done. And we'll have a cruciferous veggie bag. Set up. One thing my husband loves is beets, so I always made sure to chop up some beets to have and add them just to a small bag. I also like to add a can of chickpeas along with some green peas to a bag. Lettuce is done, and here's our veggie bag. Dr. Furman is big on mushrooms and making sure that you have mushrooms every day to make sure they're cooked. Instead, I'm just gonna sprinkle these mushrooms, but they do have oil in them, so I will use them very sparingly. But I like the crunch that it brings to a salad. When it comes to dressing, honestly, my favorite is just avocado, lemon, and salt. But today we'll make a sweet pineapple citrus dressing. We'll add about 1/4 of a pineapple to our blender. Then the juice of 2 oranges. Looks good. And we'll store the dressing in a container for about a week. We have all of our ingredients ready, and let's put it together. This is why it was so easy for us to switch to eating plant-based, because these salads were to die for. All right, it's time to dig in. Oh, this is so good. That dressing is awesome, especially if you like a little bit of a sweet dressing, and all the other flavors are delicious. My husband always say it's just like going out to eat and getting a salad. They're just as good. I have a sweet tooth, and always having energy bites ready to go and in my fridge made it so that when I was hungry, I would just grab one of those instead of a packaged treat. Or if I was at a party and everyone was having a sweet, decadent, dairy-filled dessert, I would just know that at home I had a treat waiting for me. I've shown you a lot of my dinner recipes, so I don't need to show you one of those, but I do want to tell you one other key that made this an easy swap for our family. Let's make chocolate almond truffles. We'll start by adding a half a cup of almond butter to a food processor, then 1 cup pitted dates, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. You can grind these before or keep them as is. We'll blend everything together. And we'll roll this into balls. After 5 months of eating this way, my husband's vision came back, and we also had a pleasant side effect of weight loss. My husband lost 20 pounds and I lost about 5. Can't complain about that. Now for the best part. These are heavenly. They're rich, decadent, sweet. You can savor it. Honestly, you only need one, and then you've got your chocolate fix.
Would they subscribe to my mom's video?
Don't forget to subscribe. One final thing to mention is that when you first start eating this way, you may experience some gas and bloating. And if that's the case, make sure to check out last week's video where I teach you how to avoid that unpleasant side effect. All right, I'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.